Hi friends, how are you today? Welcome back. My name is Lisbeth and I am not a makeup artist, but I do enjoy doing makeup and playing around with it and doing new things. I was thinking, and I think my philosophy about makeup is it should be fun. You shouldn't, you should do new things with makeup and experiment. Like, I'm actually doing something new with my eyeshadow today. I saw this last night and I was like, oh, that looks fun. I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna go, but we'll see. I mean, you can always wipe off makeup. I also feel like okay, and this is just me. This is me personally. You don't have to believe this, but this is what I believe. I also believe that makeup shouldn't hide all your imperfections. Like, I deal with adult acne. I hate dealing with adult acne, but I do. And yeah, I do try to cover it up a little, but I also don't mind if some of it shows through a little bit. I'm not going to try to completely obliterate because you know what? It's part of my skin. And I also realized that I haven't really been, like, I love doing super fun looks, and I feel like I haven't been doing super fun looks lately. I mean, I like most of the looks I've been doing, don't get me wrong. Yesterday's was not my favorite, but I do enjoy most of the looks that I do. But I thought I would do something just fun today. I like to, because I've been doing a lot of like fallish makeup looks, and I really enjoy doing the fallish makeup looks. But I thought I'd do something a little more colorful today. Maybe we'll see how it goes. And also towards the end, I'm gonna do. Oh, I like that brush better. I'm gonna try and do something a little scary for me. I'm going to try and do eyelashes. Oh, I'm just dropping things, don't worry. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have super high expectations for that, but we'll see. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but we'll see how it goes. All right, also, so for my story today, I had a couple different stories I thought I'd tell maybe, but didn't really know them super well, so maybe I'll tell the story I was thinking of tomorrow. But this is one, and I remember hearing this one a long time ago when I was a kid, and I think it kind of freaked me out then, and now it doesn't really freak me out, but it's an interesting story. So let's jump into it. So there was a girl and a boy. The girl's name was Jane and the boy's name was Johnny. And Jane and Johnny, they were best friends. But Jane, she always wore a yellow ribbon around her neck. Rain or shine, she wore a yellow ribbon. And even if it didn't match her outfit, she wore that yellow ribbon. I think I'm liking this eyelid better. And Johnny asked her every day, Jane, why do you wear that ribbon? And she would always she would never answer him. And so they grew up, and they were in high school, and Johnny would still ask her why she wore that ribbon. And she never told him. But despite her wearing this ribbon and Johnny thinking it was weird, he thought she was pretty cute. So they started dating, And he would, so they started dating. He would ask her to the soda shop, and then he asked her to the dance, and she agreed to go with him, and he started seeing her home, and they started having a relationship. And I feel like this story is gonna go faster than I do my makeup. Yeah. Alright, so this makeup look is not going exactly how I planned. I feel like I need to practice it a little more. I'm not dissatisfied, but yeah, we'll practice more. Anyway, so they started dating, and Jane would always say yes when he asked her out, and she would always wear a yellow ribbon to match the, not yellow ribbon, a yellow dress to match the ribbon around her neck. And she okay, and so they started, and it finally occurred to Johnny that he and Jane were going steady, and she was so cute, and he was still curious about the yellow ribbon around her neck, but he found that he didn't really mind it so much. It occurred to him that they were going steady, and he still didn't know about that dang yellow ribbon. So he asks her again, and she says, maybe someday I'll tell you about it. And which annoyed Johnny. That answer annoyed him, but he shrugged it off because, well, Jane was so cute and fun to be with. And I'm gonna put too much on. But so time goes by, and finally Johnny proposed to Jane, and she accepted. Well, they planned a big wedding, and Jane hinted that she might tell Johnny what about the yellow ribbon. And so but on the wedding day, but somehow with all the preparations, and Jane was such a beautiful bride, it kind of got forgotten. But when he did remember, Jane got a little teary-eyed, and she said, "We are so happy together. What does it matter?" Sorry. And so Johnny lets it go, because they are very happy together. And time went on again, as time does, and they lived a happy life together. Johnny had never asked her again about the ribbon since their wedding day. And they raised 4 kids together, and the kids never asked Jane about the ribbon, but whenever they would bring it up with Johnny, he would always just hush him. And finally, their golden anniversary arrived, and Johnny finally asked her about it again, and this was the first time he had asked her about it since their wedding. And Jane was like, Jane was like, "You've waited so long, Johnny, you can wait a little longer." And so he accepted it. And then a year later, Jane was very sick and she was on her deathbed. And so Johnny asked her one more time. He was like, "Is it time to tell me about the yellow ribbon?" And she shook her head a bit at his persistence. And then she said, and then with a sad smile, she said, "Okay, Johnny, you can untie it." So he untied the ribbon, and her head fell off. It fell off. So that's why she always wore the ribbon, to keep her head on her body. Yeah, that one kind of freaked me out when I was a kid. Not so much anymore, but it did freak me out a little bit when I was a kid, because whose head falls off? And how does a ribbon keep your head on your body? I haven't done this in a while, so I wanted to try it. Is what I want to know. I mean, apparently Jane. My husband used to like it when I did this. I haven't done it in a long time though. But that's it for my story. I know it was a short story today. Oh, I gotta tell you. So I walked into the room a little earlier, when I'm about to do this. I might just destroy all those freckles I just did. Yep, I think I just destroyed that. I'll do it again. But I walked in here earlier when I was getting ready, and there was a towel on the back of the chair, and I don't know why it freaked me out. I jumped, and then I laughed at myself because I scared myself with a towel. Apparently I've got too many spooky Halloween stories on the brain. But let's see. Do I know any other good Halloween stories? I don't know. I'm struggling a bit on Halloween stories today, apparently. I have one that I do want to tell, but I'm not ready to tell it. I don't feel like I have looked at it enough, I guess. My disembodied southern voice did tell me something, but I don't know if I want to tell it. What are your guys' favorite Halloween stories? Or do you guys have any good recommendations of stories that I can tell or read. Preferably that aren't too scary, because I think we've covered this topic. But I'm going to reiterate, that aren't too scary. I put too much on there. That aren't too scary, because I know we've covered this topic, but I'm going to reiterate it again. I don't love scary stories. A little bit of a chicken. I'm okay with that. It's who I am. Or I don't, being scared, purposefully scaring myself or other people purposefully scaring me is just not my favorite activity. But that's just me. But, so do you guys have any good story recommendations? I was thinking about the story of Sleepy Hollow, and it has been a really long time since it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. Or read the story or anything. And I started to read it, and it's just, there's a lot there. And I started to read it, and I stopped. Like, maybe I'll read it again later. But it was just, they put just a lot of words in. And I kind of like stories where you get to the story. It doesn't matter about the words. But a lot of the stories that I've been looking at have been old Halloween stories. Because I feel like that's just a lot of the stories that I found are old Halloween stories or legends and stuff. And maybe they paid per word back then. I don't know. Because there are a lot of words in these stories. Sometimes I feel like they're kind of unnecessary. But maybe that's how they did a living back then. They put a lot of words in their stories. My husband was telling me this story today. So, there was a taxi driver. And it's kind of a sad story. But there was a taxi driver, and he was driving down this road. And he sees a girl standing there. And she looks like she's a pretty wealthy girl. And he stops and he's like, "Hey, do you need a lift?" And she's like, "Yes, please." So he gives her a lift, and they start talking. And her daddy is someone big. And she knows that she's, it's like, she knows she's spoiled or entitled, but she's also careful about it. And she starts telling him that her dad had employed quite a few limousine drivers for her. And this last limousine driver that she had, he was driving really recklessly. Like, he was driving fast and slamming on the brakes. And this isn't really a Halloween story, but it is a spooky story. There we go. I don't know if the Yellow Ribbon story was either, but it's kind of a spooky campfire story as well. Anyways, back to the story. So, he had been driving pretty fast and slamming on the brakes and stuff. And just not being a great driver. And they get to kind of a treacherous part in the road. And she's like, "Be careful on this she's like, okay, drive carefully, be careful on this road. And he's like, I will. And again, she's like, be careful on this road, drive carefully. And he's like, I will. I'm driving carefully, I'm driving slowly. And he turns a corner and sees something ahead, and he looks, and it's a wrecked limousine. And guess who's hanging out the side of the limousine? Yeah. She hadn't made it. And she was there to warn the taxi driver to drive, I think she was there to warn people to drive more carefully than the guy who was driving her had been driving, so that other people didn't lose their lives. Alright. No. But I totally believe like stuff like that happens. Well, I mean, obviously wreckage just happen when people aren't being careful, but like warnings from spirits and stuff. I don't know if I love these freckles. Kind of do. I don't know. Alright, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna finish up and do my eyelashes and stuff. I don't want to do them on camera, just in case I make a mess. So I'll be right back. That was the most exasperating thing I have done in a while. You guys, I can't even tell you how long that took, because I don't know. It took a while. And this eye, it's a mess. Like, I had black stuff. This eye, actually, it wasn't too bad. This eye, I just barely got it on. I don't even think I have these on right. But I also finished up my makeup while I was doing it, because it just was easier just to finish up my makeup. Did something cool with my lips. I kind of like ombre them, but then I covered it up with gloss, so you can't really see it. I'm off my game today, guys. I also feel like I like the eye look. I feel like I need to work on it a little more. I don't mind the lip look. I kind of wish I would have left off the gloss. Maybe I'll leave off the gloss next time. My face, I feel like I've been off my face game the past couple of days. I'll work on it. It'll be better tomorrow. It'll be good tomorrow. It'll be wonderful tomorrow. A-okay. But seriously, these freaking eyelashes took a long time. And you know that scene in Yours, Mine, and Ours, the old one, where they're on a date and they're at a bar and her eyelash falls off in her drink? Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be me today. Actually, I don't know how long I'm gonna leave these on. They don't feel too bad, but yeah, I definitely need to work on my eyelash game. But this is what I look like with fake eyelashes. I'm a little irritated at how this has gone, but I hope you guys enjoyed today, listening to my story and a little bit of rambling and another story, and then me complaining about the eyelashes. You don't have to enjoy that. I don't know if I really enjoyed it. It was funny, and it took forever. Like, I'll look back and I'll laugh at this later, I'm sure, but right now I'm irritated. But otherwise, and I don't know, again, I'm not sure if this is my favorite look. It's not bad, and I like it a little better than what I did yesterday, but still feels a little off. I'll be back. It'll get better tomorrow. It will. Tomorrow will be a good face day. Anyways, sorry. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Please Remember to always treat people with kindness and respect. Everybody has a story. We don't know what it is. A little bit of kindness, respect, love, patience goes a long way. Make the world just a better place. And I will see you next time. Bye.